bother talk about where it's going wrong.
Hello guys, my name is Hannah and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you enjoyed this video. I post videos every single Monday, Friday, and Sunday. Every single Sunday is a Shop My Stash video. For today's video, I'm super excited. I've been waiting to get this package in the mail for over a week now, and that is my ColourPop order. As you can see, I have a big box of stuff here. As soon as their foundation launched, whatever day it was that it launched, I ordered it that day. And I also went ahead and ordered their translucent loose setting powder and a no filter concealer as well. I've already used the no filter concealer before. I had one when they first came out. I bought one and I really liked it. I just never ordered it again because I didn't want to pay for shipping. I usually only order from ColourPop if I'm going to be buying more than just one thing because I don't like paying for shipping, but that's just me. So I'm going to be trying out their new foundation and wearing it for all day. It's like 12:30 right now, so I'll be wearing it for like the second half of the day. I'll probably be home pretty late though. And then after I get home, I'm going to film a like after video of like how I thought about it or what I thought about it just for first impressions. And yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing. So if you're interested in seeing that, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so I already took everything out of their boxes, but I am just going to show you the little boxes that they came in because I think that they're super cute. So this is the box that the powder came in, and then the concealer, they all came in these little nude and white, and then the foundation striped little boxes, and I think they're super cute. I didn't really know what shade, first of all. I got the shade Fair 30 though, so hopefully this works out. I pumped it on my hand earlier and it looked pretty warm, but then as I was blending it into my hand, it started to like lighten up, which was kind of weird. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and apply this straight to my face and go in with my Pure Beauty sponge, which is gross, and blend it in. Oh, what? Okay. I'm going to be applying this to the back of my hand apparently because it went everywhere. 1 second. Okay, I look crazy, but I dotted it all over my face because it was really runny and liquidy, and now I'm going to go ahead and blend it in. Alright, I have that applied, and let me just explain to you a little bit about how that went. So when I normally apply foundation with a little pump like this, I like to apply it directly on my face because I find that it's just easier for me, because I find that I have the tendency to get foundation everywhere if I put it on the back of my hand. But when I went to do it with this, the way that it pumped out, it was like really runny. So instead of squirting, like, oh, I don't know how to explain this. Okay, it was just super runny. So when I tried to apply it to my face, it was messy and it got all over the place and it like squirted onto my hand and it was a mess. So I just put it on the back of my hand and it was easier that way, which that's fine, it's not a big deal. But it was very runny and thin, which is good though because this is a full, it's supposed to be full coverage, but to me it looks more medium. Maybe it could be buildable, but I like a medium coverage foundation because I just think that it looks nice on my skin because I don't really have bad skin. I get a breakout every once in a while, but it's not really that bad. So I'm liking the way that this is feeling. It's not feeling like it's sitting on top of my skin. It says that it's a matte finish and it looks pretty matte to me. It's a little bit shiny here, but I just finished blending it in, so we'll see how long that it lasts throughout the day, obviously. But now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to concealer, which I've tried before, but this is a brand new one. I couldn't remember what color I got, but I knew that it was one of the lightest shades. So I got the second lightest shade, which is Fair 02. I like to get a really light concealer. I also really like to get a foundation that's light just because I'm pale and I'd rather have skin that's like a little bit too light than skin that's a little bit too dark, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to pull my mirror up close to me and apply this concealer. Maybe I got too light of a shade. Alright, now I'm going to blend that out as well. Hopefully this isn't too light. It's looking kind of white, but we'll see. Alright, and now I've applied the concealer, and it did blend out nicely. I think that I ended up picking a good shade. I'm pretty, like I said, pretty fair, and I have kind of a neutral to pink undertone, so I think that I picked out some good matches for me, as good as I could online. Now I'm going to go into my powder, which is the translucent one. It's a bit smaller in jar than I thought that it was, but it has a good amount of product in it. It has 8.5 grams, which is... While I was editing, I remembered that I wanted to compare the amount of product in my ColourPop to the amount of product in my Too Faced. So the ColourPop one has 8.5 grams, and my Too Faced one has 17 grams. So this is like $30 and this is like $9, but you get more than double, or you get about, yeah, you get exactly double the amount in the Too Faced one as you do in the ColourPop one. And the ColourPop one is $9, so you're still getting more for your money with the ColourPop one, but you're getting more at one time with the Too Faced one, if that makes sense. Just fine, because for loose powders like this, I find that they last a really long time. I did find one problem with this when I opened it earlier. I haven't completed opening it, but this doesn't have like a lock at the top. So I'm gonna have to like keep this little sticker so that the powder doesn't get everywhere when I'm not using it, and that's kind of annoying. But I'm gonna go ahead and bake my under eyes with this powder. Oh, it's also kind of hard to get out of the top. Also, this lid is very small, so going in with my beauty sponge seems like it's going to be difficult. Okay, while this is baking, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes. So I also ordered two other things on the ColourPop website when I was making this order. The first thing that I ordered is this Super Shock shadow, and it's the Ultra Glitter one in the shade Ripple. It's very pretty. I've already swatched it. This is my first Super Shock shadow to own, actually, and I love this color. It's purple with like a blue shift, so it's very duochrome. And yes, so I'm going to be trying out Super Shock shadow for the first time. And then I also got this little palette for free. They haven't released it yet, but it is the Make Up Your Minds palette. 6 colors. They're super, super pretty, and they're all shimmery. And because they're all shimmery, I'm going to be pulling in another palette. And for that palette, I'm also going to be using a ColourPop palette that I already have, and that is the My Little Pony palette. I have a full review on this on my channel, so I will link that in the description. But I'm just going to do my eyeshadow and then voice it over. So yes, I will be doing that right now. Alright, so I'm taking Flutterby, and that is like a matte peach shade, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that one into my crease. Now I'm taking Minty, and I'm also going to buff that into the crease, but I'm going to focus it down a little bit lower than Flutterby. Now I'm going to go ahead and take Applejack, and I'm going to pat that on the outer corners of my eye and make sure that it's all blended into the outer corner. And then also I'm going to place that on the very inner corner of my lid as well, and again make sure that that's blended. So I'm going to take my blending brush and blend that through the crease just so that it looks even. Now I'm taking the Super Shock Shadow and Ripple, and I'm applying that all over my lid, focusing it on the center, but all over the lid just to get some sparkle and shine on the lid. I was originally going to do a halo eye, and then it turned out differently, but I really do like the way that it did turn out. Alright, now that I have my upper lid done, now that I have my lid done, I'm going to go ahead and wipe off my bake. Okay, I'm going to zoom you in because I have this weird patch on my skin and I want you to be able to see it. Okay, sorry if the lighting's weird, but I think you can see right here I have a weird dry patch that the powder clung to. I also find that I'm looking a little bit cakey in this area right here. I'll be able to better tell what that looks like after I finish my full face and then set it with setting spray. I find that a lot of times if that happens where a powder clings to dry patches, then if you just spray it with setting spray and dab it with your beauty sponge, that can fix that problem right away. I normally don't have dry patches. Like, I didn't even know that I had dryness in these places until obviously just now, so I'm not too worried about that, but obviously we'll have to see if my fix or my setting spray can fix that. Now I'm gonna finish my eyeshadow with a voiceover. Alright, now I'm going to go into the Make Up Your Mind palette and take the color Lock and Key, and I'm going to smoke that along the outer portion of my lower lash line. Now I'm going to go back into the My Little Pony palette, and I'm taking that Minty shade again, and I'm smoking it out even more with Minty so that it's not so harsh. Now I'm going into Toasted from the Make Up Your Mind palette, and I'm putting that along the inner and middle portion of my lower lash line just to brighten up the eye a bit. Now I'm taking Snuzzle and putting it on the inner corner of my eye. Now I'm going to go finish up the rest of my face and be right back. Alright guys, and that completes this full face of makeup off camera. I am wearing Oprah's Verona on my lips, and then the Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit, as well as the ColourPop Perfect Highlighting Palette for bronzer. I used one of the darker colors, and a Too Faced Love Blush in Baby Love. And this is my full face of makeup with the ColourPop No Filter line and some ColourPop eyeshadows and Super Shock shadows. That sounded weird. Super Shock shadows. And I'm really liking the eye look that I did today. I normally don't go this dark on the lower lash line, but I think with the really, really bright inner lower lash line, it's looking really, really nice, and it's making my eyes look really big and wide and awake. As far as first impressions on the foundation, I'm really liking it. It feels very, very smooth, especially with this no filter powder over it. I feel like it definitely brightens my under eyes as well as the concealer, which I already knew that I liked. Even after I sprayed, there's still a small dry patch there. You can't really see it on camera anymore, but I feel like this foundation, or maybe powder, I'm not quite sure. I'll have to try it with another powder and see, but one of the two, or maybe the two together, aren't going to be a good idea or a good match for someone who has dry skin, based on the fact that I have a few dry patches with the combination. But other than that, I'm really liking the first application, and I will be back at the end of the day to show you how it wore. Alright guys, so this is me after wearing my foundation from like noon, 12:30 to like 10:30 at night, so about 10 hours. And I have to say that I'm pretty sure that I like it. I don't know if the lighting's good right now, I can't see. But I'm pretty sure that I like it so far. I was just outside in the humid air for like 2 hours, and it's still on, and it's not sticky or anything, which is really good. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking so far. And that is my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you for my next video. Bye guys.